October 30th. And we are doing a measure on my longest pepper chili thingy. So here's my ruler. This is hard to do with one hand, but let's give it a shot. It is, there we go. Oops, nope, missed it. Sorry, Jason. There we go. Okay. We are, with a bit of a curl, I'd say 10¼ inches. Yeah, awesome. They're still growing. They're in the house where it's warm. I've got a couple of real curly ones that look like they're probably a good size, but I don't want to pull on them. And this one looks like a pig's tail. But that's the only 3 that are still alive on the plant. In fact, I should probably just cut that plant right out. But I might do what everybody else did and try and overwinter it. Anyway, thanks for that challenge, Jason. Have a great day. Oh, it's freezing out here. Don't look at the hyacinth bulbs. There are no bulbs in that bag. Oh, shoot. Anyway, so what we were doing today was we were planting some shallots. Now, these shallots are shallots. I bought them at the vegetable counter, not at the garden center. They're organic, so I'm hoping that they will grow. What have I got to lose? They were $1 something for 5, which is like half the price, if not less, than what they would cost to buy them as bulbs, right? So we'll see how they do. It's October 30th today, and it's bloody cold out here, but look. It's burn season. Woo-hoo! Anyway, I'm cleaning up a bit in here, but my hands are freezing. Bye. It's a balmy 6 degrees in here. That needs some water. Some onions over there. Onions there. I found that clove of garlic in here. It was all growing in a cluster, so I broke them apart and stuck them in there so they can grow away. This is my garlic, which needs harvesting. It's the last one. This is the last marigold. Poor thing. It's doing quite well. It's inside, but look at the color. How dark that is. I don't know if you can see how dark that is. I pulled up some gladiolas out of a bed that I was changing. I don't normally pull things up. Garlic seed head I'm hoping to take in the house and dry. Oh gosh, it's cold. My hands are frozen. So what I was doing is I was copying Sandra about the garden. She was pulling up her geraniums. Now I tried overwintering geraniums last year and I totally killed them because they all went moldy. But I'm trying again, so yeah, don't let it. So I've taken them out of their pots and I've taken most of the manky leaves off. Yes, they're dirty, but I'll brush them all off. I just want them to dry out a bit more. I pulled the dahlias out of their pots and I'll let them dry off a bit more and dry them, and then I'll store them. Again, last year I killed all of them because I thought, oh, I'll just leave them in pots inside. Other than that, there's sweet bugger all going on in here. It's just too bloody cold. The hydrangeas are doing fine. They're sitting there ticking away, making roots, hopefully. I think I made note that the green one's the one that's got the mycorrhizal fungi rooting hormone in them. And it's just a matter of, okay, what needs to come in that can't stay outside? Because we're getting down to like 5s and things like that, 3 and 5. And it's just too cold to leave things outside. So it's going to be a big, huge, okay, what gets packaged up, what gets put inside the house, that kind of thing. The sprouts, they're doing really good. They've not got anything on them, although I did see some whitefly in the cage over there. There's not anything on here other than Gerald's ash from the bloody fire. But yeah, they're doing okay. Building a nice head on them. Yeah, but they've got like barely any sprouts. Like barely any sprouts on there. They're like 1/4 inch sprout, which I'm not that worried about. I just like the cabbage heads. right? Which, like I said, next year I might just grow a whole pile just for the cabbage heads themselves. This, Jason, is your fault. This is a fragrant sweet box, which is that, I forget what Coca-Cola thing you bought. So that's all your fault. Jason at the Allotment of the Dead said it smelled like lavender, but not lavender, vanilla. But this is what I've got to clean up, and I've got to pick all those leaves up because I don't want to create rat habitats. We didn't see any rats last night, which is strange, but sedum's really gone over now, and Mr. Mole's under my path again. Little bastard. Still got nasturtiums. I don't know. It's November, first week of November. Hollyhock, I chopped some of the moldy leaves off. Oh, goodness me. So this is what's got, I pulled all the carrots up because they went all manky, but this is my cabbages. Look, aren't they cool? They're like fist size, so that's not bad. That's a Brussels sprout, and that's a Brussels sprout. And that's my sprouting cauliflower, which is doing really well. They're liking this cold weather. And then a couple of cabbages, one green, one red. Let's see if we can get you a bit closer. One green. It's a lovely Savoy, that one. It's not poop or anything, it's leaves from the trees. And then the red one. They're looking a bit manky, don't they? I love that word, manky. And then that's a red one. And then that's it. There's nothing else in here but the cabbages and the cauliflower and the Brussels sprouts. No more carrots. We harvested what little ones we had, and then I'll leave them. They think they need a few more holes in them because the containers, because they're just getting too wet. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, we had a fire the other day, but then it gets too cold and wet and your feet get damp, so I don't want to get... I don't know why I locked this gate. It's not like anything's getting in there that can't get in through the roof, right? Yeah, it's looking a bit yuck. That is my Rosa Sharon. It's got it looks like rot on the trunk. Hopefully it's going to be okay. And the lilies have gone over, so I need to chop them down properly now. And then everything just needs a good mulch. Just mulch me, mulch me, mulch me. Yeah, nasturtiums. Nothing's eating them that I can see, so that just means there's not much out here that's running about. Yeah, so that's it. Done for the winter. Crazy, eh? Comes and goes so fast. One minute we're complaining about the heat, and the next minute we're complaining it's too wet and cold. Anyway, I got to pick all this crap up. My compost bins are absolutely chock-a-block full. I can't get anything else in there, and I got to prune down some of my perennials. Other than that, I'll be out in the spring. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, got to go in the house. Gerald's got things we need to do today before the rains come back. Have a great day. Bye. Good morning. It is beautiful and sunny out. I'm inside the greenhouse. It is. Let's go have a look and see what it says. It says it's about 7 degrees in the sunshine, but that's when the thermostat's in the sunshine. I need to do something with my poor... Oh, are those seed heads? I don't know. Anyway, stop talking to the plant, Allison. I wasn't going to do any broad beans, but I had some old packages, so I figured I may as well. So these are RHS. So I've done 9 RHS and 12 of the fava beans. And we'll see how they do. I'll leave them all in here though over winter, because then I can maybe protect them a bit better, because God knows it's going to be freezing cold. Last year we had minus 14, I think, in here. And everything died except the rat that I fed, because I made a rat B&B with the fleece that I put on everything. Nothing different from the onions I showed you, but I did a terrible angle on something's in there eating all my leeks. So I've taken the top off, which I was supposed to do anyway, but I was supposed to show you that plant yesterday, and I did a terrible angle on it. But it looks like I might be able to split it a bit, so I'm going to put it in a bigger pot, and I'll probably put it inside over winter. And then, yeah, everything's just so cold. Caught a giant rat in the trap. It was in there for quite some time eating all the stuff we put in there for it to eat. So it got a nice meal before we took... Gerald's took it for a drive down to the river. We don't throw it in the river, so don't panic. We put it next to the fields that are there, and it can live happily ever after in the fields. Ooh, yeah, it's cold. Yeah, not a lot going on, like I said yesterday. It is cold and damp, and that's about all I can tell you. Got to pick them leaves up, clean up this mess, straighten things out a bit, and yeah, I don't know what, something, slug or caterpillar or something, because they're all topped, but I can't see any. You know how usually you can see caterpillar poop? I don't see a lot of caterpillar poop, so it's probably snails or slugs. That looks like just dirt, but who knows? That could be. No, that looks like slug poo. So yeah, so there's obviously a slug in here. So, I don't know, we'll probably just leave them exposed and see if the birds can come and pick it off. Or no, that's a caterpillar down there. Right there. And he looks dead because he's probably cold. So, he did a lot of damage before his demise by coldness. Anyway, cleanup day. So have a good day. I'll see y'all later. Well, I found what's eating all my stuff. That. Well, that, and there were some other ones, some nice colored ones. And yeah, so there's grubs all in this bed. There's another one there. The size of these bloody things. I'll show you, not without getting my hand too close to them. That is how big they are. So the length of my first knuckle. I don't kill them because it's not their fault. They're in my bloody onions, but I do throw them on the lawn, and then hopefully the crows will come and eat them, and then I'm feeding something as I'm killing something else. Well, not technically killing it, but yeah, gross, hey? So that's what was eating all of my leeks. How things get in here, I don't know, but obviously they do. I'm hoping if I leave it open long enough, the birds will come and get them all. But yeah, so this bed's empty now. I'll use it for my strawberries next year. So I've cleaned up most of my mess. Keep watching for things in here. Anyway, oh, there's another onion. Excellent. I'm picking them all out and putting them in here. I cut the tops off, and I'll use them as little starters. There they are. Anyway, get back to work. Can you see what I see? Calendula. In this minus flippin' weather, I have a beautiful calendula. Look at that. Gorgeous. Let's see if we can stand you up a bit better. Nope, maybe not. I don't want to kill you though. There we go. How's that? It's like a blood orange. Wow, gorgeous and moldy. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna go in and have some lunch. And then I might take the sedums down and throw them on the bed because they're getting their new buds. I don't know if you can see that. They're getting their new buds at the bottom. See, those are the buds way down there at the bottom. So they're already growing, and I'll need to decide where to split them next year. Anyway, I finished with this, cleaning this bed up. I've swept a bit of the patio. Flipping dirt everywhere. I found a ton of caterpillars in here of all manner of size, shape, and color. Anyway, I got to take my leeks in. These are my garlics I harvested. Yeah, I'm coming in now. Yeah, there we go. So take them in the house. Oops. Take them in the house. Put them in the fridge. That's what's left. Bye.